Now let's look at a very, very clever way to get P.A.I.D. from the retail space. You see, it's not whether or not you should try to still ink out profits from brick and mortar retail stores or just focus on the internet sales via the retail market. No. The unconventional mind, which we in ASK THE WIZ Wealth Institute have come to the realization is the mind that becomes wealthy, not the conventional thinker, the unconventional thinker. The unconventional mind doesn't look at either or. The unconventional mind thinks along the lines of both and. And with that being the backdrop of the information I'm about to give you, I want you to listen carefully how to get paid from both and, the brick and mortar and the internet arena as it relates to retail sales. Now, it's not that we're spending less. In fact, consumer expenditures per unit, we're talking about families or single persons living alone, averaged $57,311 in 2016. That's up 2.4% from the previous year and up 7.1% from 2014. Now, this is according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. It's just that consumers are increasingly turning to the convenience of credit and debit cards for their daily purchases. Now, I'm going to tell you how to monetize that. Now, while some people, like my father, peace and blessings be upon him, insist on carrying a wallet full of hard currency, most have transitioned away from the greenback and into plastic. Now, among the reasons are travel rewards and trackable spending reports and credit refunds if there's a problem with the merchandise. Whatever the reason, plastic has become the universally preferred payment method. Morning coffee at Starbucks, you swipe. Groceries on the way home from work, you swipe again. Heck, even taxi drivers and stadium hot dog vendors now carry portable card readers. Now, I just read in a very, very illuminating study, that found that just 34% of all in-person sales transactions were remunerated with cash, meaning 66% were paid by other means. Now, that was a striking figure. But not until I finished reading the research article did I realize that the report was dated June 2012, family members. I said June 2012, over 5.5 years ago. You can bet those percentages are even more skewed now. Now, given the fickle nature of consumers, picking winners and losers among retailers, casual dining chains, electronic makers, and other such industries can indeed be tough over time. For instance, will Target, or AKA Target, get his mojo back? Or will shoppers continue to flock to Walmart? Which travel agent books more snow ski trips this season? Was it Expedia or Priceline? Which video game console emerges on top? Microsoft's Xbox or Nintendo Switch? In investing and trading in card payment processes and the card payment processing business removes this kind of guesswork, family members. It no longer becomes either or, it becomes both and. Because it doesn't matter who gains market share and who loses. Regardless of where people eat or what they buy, they usually what? Swipe a card. And they are doing so in record numbers. Listen to me. Now, while the cash register at your neighborhood drugstore might still take in some 10s and 20s and some 5s every once in a while, it goes without saying that all e-commerce sales volume is handled what? Electronically. The final numbers from Black Friday of last year, 2017, are in. And according to Adobe, U.S. shoppers spent a whopping $5 billion online. $2 billion through the mobile channel alone. Amazon reportedly sold 200,000 toys within the first 5 hours of the day on Black Friday. Then Cyber Monday was even bigger, with sales reaching $6.6 billion, the busiest shopping day in U.S. history. Total digital sales from November the 1st through November the 27th amounted to more than $50 billion, a healthy increase of nearly 17% over last year. At its peak frenzy, shoppers were spending an estimated $1 million per minute on their phones, tablets, PCs, etc. And this is according to Shopify. I said, at its peak frenzy, shoppers were spending an estimated $1 million per minute on their phones, tablets, and PCs. Now, for the full 2017 holiday season, okay, Adobe found that internet sales topped the $100 billion mark for the first time. And meanwhile, brick and mortar stores have seen just masses of shoppers as well. That's right. I'd be remiss not to mention that while many naysayers expect to see a sharp decrease in foot traffic, okay, data analytics from various tracking firms concluded that Thanksgiving weekend mall traffic was on par with last year. So you see, whether it's online or offline, shoppers have spent an astronomical amount of money this past holiday season. Now, granted, that was indeed an unusually busy time of year. Still, credit card spending doesn't exactly dry up the rest of the year, does it? Annual spending volume in the United States topped the $1 trillion mark for the first time in the year 2000. It rose to $2 trillion in 2010 and surpassed $3 trillion in 2015. So we're measuring the increase not by tens of billions or even hundreds of billions, but by trillions. And that's just charge cards. If you include debit and prepaid cards, annual spending exceeds $5 trillion in the United States and far more than that globally. So let's get into how we can monetize this, because those numbers are not going to go down. We must see now what others see eventually and get paid from all of that plastic transaction activity. Now, we don't always know where consumers will spend their money, but we know how most of them will spend their money. And all those millions of swipes mean steady, recurring income for payment processors. These are the companies with the backbone technology to facilitate the authorization and settlement of purchases and transfers of cash from the issuing cardholder's bank to that of the merchant. The point is, there are tens of thousands of electronic payment transactions every second of every hour of every day, 365 days a year. It never stops. And every time a card is swiped, a processing company receives a fee. It's like operating a toll booth on every corner gas station, every shopping center, and in every mall, at every store, even on the internet itself. You can understand why yours truly absolutely loves this industry. But I found an excellent way for you to get P.A.I.D from this beloved. Write these positions down. You need to be thinking about global payment, symbol GPN. Global payment, symbol GPM, which handles the processing needs of more than 2 million merchants in 30 countries. Global payments, symbol GPN. The company processes more than 7 billion transactions, and it did that last year. That breaks down to 225 transactions per second, representing $425 billion in dollar volume. Now, the powerful evolution from cash to plastic has quadrupled GPN stock from $25 per share to over $100 over the past 5 years. And then I want to give you 2 more. Visa, symbol V, and MasterCard, symbol MA, which both benefit from the same tailwinds. Okay? Family members. And some of you may want to go ahead and throw in their Amex. Okay. We'll round it out with 3. But family members, let me tell you something. It's not either or with regards to the retail sector. It's both and. And you must see now what others see eventually. They get P.A.I.D. from all things retail. We're talking about a $1 trillion plus industry. GPN, Global Payments. Visa, symbol V. MasterCard, symbol MA. And American Express, symbol AMA.